been doing an extraordinary job. The Port Authority does, among other things, the administration of the airports, building the new John F. Kennedy, rebuilding JFK. So he's been doing double duty. And we have a great announcement today that we joined in this morning, which I'm going to chat about in a moment. Today is day 156 for those who are counting. If you're not counting, it's still day 156. Number of hospitalizations, 536. What does that number mean? It is a new low since we were in the midst of the battle. So that is great news. Number of COVID patients in ICU, 136, also a new low since the height of the crisis. Number of intubations, 62, also a new low, so that's great news. Number of lives lost, a new low on the 3-day average. 3 people passed away yesterday. So this is really all great, great news, and I congratulate New Yorkers because this is purely a result of the actions that they've been taking. The progress is even better than we expected. Remember, when we started reopening, all the experts said, expect the infection rate to increase when the activity rate increases. That's what you've seen all across the country. That's what you've seen in other countries. And that's what we expected here. We then were talking about calibrating the increase and making sure it didn't go that high. But it was supposed to go up. After two and a half months of reopening, the numbers have actually gone down, which nobody suggested. And that is really to compliment New Yorkers. We started reopening May 15th. That's where it was on the curve. You call it a curve. I call it a descent of the mountain. We get to the same place. We just have different metaphorical images. But that's where the reopening started. Since the reopening, the numbers continue to go down. No expert predicted that. So New Yorkers are doing better than anyone else even expected. Cautious still. Well, why shouldn't we be celebrating? Because look around. That's why. Look at what's going on across the country. Look at those increases. Look at what we're dealing with in terms of now 39 states on the quarantine list. And look at incidents of lack of compliance. The numbers are a result of the actions. And we have been disciplined, and we have to stay disciplined. In terms of enforcement, local governments have to do a better job. I don't know how else to say it. We're doing everything we can on the state side. The SLA and the state police are working double duty. We have a problem with young people and lack of compliance. We have a problem especially at bars and restaurants. Last night they did another 29 violations. They checked 874 establishments. Over the weekend, they checked 3,000 establishments and did 106 violations. All this to say to the bars and restaurants, follow the rules. Because if you don't follow the rules, chances are, likelihood is, someone's going to be there to watch and to check. And that's the way it should be. If you're following the rules, fine. If you're not following the rules, if I were you, I would be worried. And that's the way it should be. We're seeing continued situations that are just not intelligent. And local governments have to crack down on these, whether they're in New York City or Long Island or they're in upstate New York. How a charter boat could put together a crowd on deck and leave, it's disrespectful, it's illegal. it not only violates public health, it violates